On this episode of Your Game Therapy, our What Remains of Edith Finch trilogy comes to an end. We get a glimpse of the world through the eyes of a 1-year-old. We fly a kite during a storm. We get the answer to whether or not too much imagination is a bad thing. And we finally get to see what happened on the night we left all of this behind us. Welcome back to episode 3 of What Remains of Edith Finch. So last we just saw was Sam, and the way Sam died was they shot a buck. He got the camera on a tripod. He popped the timer on it. Then he ran to stand next to his daughter. Excuse me. And he, the buck twitched and knocked him off a cliff and he died. So that is one way to go. This game might as well be like 1,000 ways to die. But let's go on a little bit longer. Let's see what we got here. What's left? We got Gregory, Gus. We got our mom, who died in 2016. All right. Oops, sorry. So that's how Sam went. That's too bad. What else is in his room?
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Well, it's because his twin brother died. He had nothing to live for in his own brain. Okay. Crystals. Okay. So I think we're going to go this way then. Into this little door. Okay. A meal ready to eat. 12 meals.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
That'll do it. There's baby Gregory. There's Don, and then there's Gus. Okay, so her siblings. Our mom's siblings. What's this? Divorce contract. A lawsuit has been filed against you. You have 28 calendar days after the summons. Oh, his wife. His wife. Got a divorce.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Oh, this is how the 1-year-old died. This is how Gregory died.
I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Follow the music. Oh, I can jump.
Watching over Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie.
Okay.
Hello?
Seems a bit dangerous to have him in the tub by himself.
Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like.
This is so cool. Okay.
He reminded me so much of Calvin.
Yeah.
His imagination. Whatever it was, he saw.
I want that R. Give me my R. Yeah. Oh, I got a trophy. That's so funny.
It sure made him happy.
Can I jump on top of him, which then launches me higher?
I know how silly it sounds.
Oh no. Oh no.
That I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I
I
gotta...
wish you could have told us
Oh no, no, no,
about the
no,
world
no.
we saw. There's so much I don't understand about Gregory. About everything.
Wow. Awful to lose a kid like that.
But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Damn. So that's why he put himself in harm's way, and that's why he... Yeah. That sucks. Okay. Damn, that was Gregory. Dawn doesn't have a bed here. Did she not sleep with her brothers? Respect, strength, teamwork.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet.
Oh, the mom wrote a poem about Gus.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Oh, this is cool.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
What a really interesting way to relate a story. Just relay the story through.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her. We don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife.
So he doesn't agree to
Make him
marriage. Oh, wow. Over here.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Okay. That's pretty good.
The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Whoa, we can. Oh, this is really good.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
It's a real storm. Be careful.
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. And all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
This isn't gonna end well. Oh, wow.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't.
Oh, you got impaled
Until
by
we
the...
found you.
You got impaled by the broom? Or by the tent? And that's
She never
Gus.
talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
I like the faux hawk. Alright, so that's Gus, but where's Mom? Where's Mom's bed? Raise flag at 7:30.
My
Really
mom moved up
interesting.
to the loft after her brothers died.
Oh, okay.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Makes sense. Dawn. So this is our mom, huh?
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Okay.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
A mixed kid. Cool. Okay.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
Okay, so Lewis was born a year later. Got it. Up or down? Can we go down? We can't go down.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go.
Yeah.
I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back
Edith, Milton, and Lewis.
and to see kids in the house again.
Yeah. How did Sanjay die?
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
That's crazy. They just kept building additions on top of their house.
And for
And-
a while, things were good.
They
Almost
homeschooled their
normal.
kids. Reading is a hoot. Great job. Very good.
But it didn't last.
It didn't last.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
That's crazy. She just gave him a castle. That's so cool. That's like the dome I was talking about. Oh, he's a king. Is there like a mustache on the king? Did I try the door? I didn't try the door.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Okay. Always check around the corner because you know you're not going to be able to come back. Always check for clues and secrets. No. Okay, maybe not this time, but 60% of the time it works every time. Alright. This is Milton's room, the painter. For his 10th birthday, she gave him a castle. That's funny. Just built him a castle. That's so nice. Oh, he was like already illustrating stuff. Like really nice. And models. Oh, yeah, he has a mustache. He went missing, he didn't die. The magic paintbrush.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Oh, the paintbrush lets you. Oh, is it going to make us a doorway?
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
It's 4 when Milton disappeared. Magical stuff.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Yeah. Could imagine that wasn't the easiest
Whatever
thing
Milton
to do.
had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
It's that curse. Guess we're going upstairs. It's that curse. It's gotten everybody in the family so far. You're next.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
Okay.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Oh, this is the guy that got the job at the cannery. Okay. Lewis, right? This is Lewis. And he lived in a he lived in a boat inside of a house, on top of a house. Ooh, he smoked hookah.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar.
Very earthy.
That part of him lived on.
Oh, that's cool. This reminds me of Spencer's gift stores. I don't know if that dates me or anything, but
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
got it. So you like being mixed. Yeah.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
It's probably because he was high, like all the time, clearly. He was probably really stoned. Couldn't really play. I like the music. The music just slightly changed right now. It's got the little Indian Institute of Psychology. For Dawn, for our mom.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Oh, damn.
He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Wait, what? Oh no. You're asking me to You're asking me to do two things at the same time? This is not good. Not good.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about.
Surprisingly getting easier to do.
Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names.
Whoa.
He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
The monotony of his cannery job is making him retreat into his imagination to keep himself occupied.
But he found something more.
A bonfire. We're about to play Dark Souls.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery,
Yeah, it's not a good place to daydream with your hands
I
that
spoke
close
with
to
his
the-
boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused,
Yeah, but he got a lot of overtime.
like a whole new Lewis.
Mentally neutered.
So I let him go on. I even encouraged him.
Really?
It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
We got a dog. We got a dog. We got a dog.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia.
Lewistopia.
He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
Low key, I've done this in my life. I've actually created like an entire existence world. So this is kind of startling that it's being.
And songs for them to play.
I don't know. Is that normal for people to just kind of go in their own brain and just zone out and make
He
their
talked
own
about
world,
starting a band.
their own life, their own names?
And he was always humming something.
Oh, so
Every day
the
his imagination grew stronger.
it's getting bigger, more screen real estate than our day-to-day life.
He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever.
Yeah, methodical, tireless.
Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet,
He made.
were all in his imagination.
Oh,
So he could do whatever he wished.
sky's the limit, man.
He held an election for mayor,
And he won.
and he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Oh, we're going to sail to another land.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
St. Louis. Mount Lewis.
He started drifting away from our reality.
Oh boy. I can barely see the screen of the cannery anymore.
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Damn. He's too lost in the delusion now.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
Handsome queen.
handsome queen.
It's so cool.
The queen was on her own quest for
Radiant rainbows. Let's go there.
radiant rainbows.
She was looking for radiant rainbows. Oh, oops, sorry.
He followed the sound of her
Silver harp.
silver harp.
It's all going on in his head while he's working at the cannery.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Oh my god, we're backing up on fish here though. Gotta get these fish out. Yes, chef.
But he was so proud of having created it.
Sorry, sir.
In
The
his
handsome
own
queen.
eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
What's greater than a king? A god? Human beings in a mob?
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon,
No,
but the
he's
one climbing the steps of a
in his
golden
mind.
palace.
It's a king to a god. It's a god to none.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Oh, now we're at the cannery. Okay. Wow. Am I wearing a king outfit? Hey, what's up? He's got a little Nintendo DS. Imperial Palace. Have to legalize
Began to
marijuana.
forget the world we know.
Wow. Dishonored.
I think it
vibes.
pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Wait, who am I? Is that me?
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Damn. He's lost, man. He's lost. Oh, do we have to... Okay. I think we have to do the thing.
I still thought I could save him.
Where is this going?
Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Where is this going?
The palace would be packed with his companions.
Yeah. Me. Is that a cat? That's a cat. That's a really big cat. Is that Molly the cat? It is Molly the cat.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Molly.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
That's a guillotine. That's a guillotine.
There was only one thing left to do.
Kneel.
Bend down his head. rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Wow.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Okay, so that was Lewis's story. That one was probably the saddest one of them all so far. Yeah. Again, this channel this channel is literally founded on the principle that the day-to-day grind is becoming too monotonous, and I'm tired, and it just feels like an endless cycle of sleep, you know, eat, work, sleep, eat, work. That's exactly what this was. He got tired and he went into his own imagination to escape, and he became king at the cost of his life. I don't know how much longer we have in this game. A part of me wants to like save it for tomorrow, but I'm seeing no more blanks on this, so we might be really close to the end here. If that's the case, then let me take a quick break just to refill some water, and we'll knock it out tonight if it's not much longer. So when last we just did this, we got Lewis's story down at the cannery. That was a pretty good section. And that pretty much fills our tree, so I'm wondering what's gonna happen next. But really, I think this is going to be set up for the end. I figure we're so close, we might as well push it. Let's see what's at the end of What Remains of Edith Finch on your game therapy. Okay.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing.
The music is so good. So good.
She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
Yeah, I don't blame her. She doesn't want to be there anymore. Holds too many memories.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
That's interesting.
I wish we'd stayed.
Really? That's surprising.
But I understand why we left.
Lewis Finch. That'd be crazy to live in a house like this. Just to get to your room. Imagine if you were the highest part of this house and you had to go to your room. I get tired coming up from the basement. That's 2 flights of stairs. I can only imagine 17 floors. To teach and to learn. Don Finch. O God, you have called your servants to ventures of which we cannot see the ending, and by paths as yet untrodden, through perils unknown. Give us faith to go out with good courage, not knowing where we go, but only that your hand is leading us and your love supporting us, through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. Her dad was a disaster relief dude.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Okay. Everything, huh? Oh, that's cool.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time.
Edith's
Maybe it should have
room.
come sooner.
I thought that bird was gonna be real. Wow, Edith lived at the very, very top.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Is that all? Like, that's what we've been hyping this entire time. So what happened that last night? All right. Here we go. Start journal.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Huh. Oh, this is creepy. So dark.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
There's another entrance. We're in the library.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
The cursed?
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories.
Wow.
I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning.
Shit.
Okay.
That's awful. History of the Finches by Edith Finch.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born.
All right.
That night, the tide went way, way out.
Oh, we can go to the house.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground.
Oh, that's so cool. Let's go. Let's go. Edith, go. Run your ass. She's so old. Wait, am I going the wrong way? I'm going the wrong way. Edith, come on, man. This is killing me. You're killing me, Edith.
There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean.
Oh, that's when Walter got the shaking.
They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life.
Yeah?
But I never thought I'd go back to it.
Crazy.
When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
No. Oh no. Oh no.
I got turned around.
No, I did. I'm going the right way. I know I'm going the right way. I remember. Okay.
I started seeing things.
Oh wow. Okay.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Huh. So we're stuck in the fog. You get to see the old house, the first house that came over.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again.
Ah, come on.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot.
Oh, no.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive.
Damn.
Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
I can appreciate that.
This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Damn. That's heavy. That's a really heavy ending. Wow. I don't know what to say about that. That's gonna sink in for a little while and I'm gonna have to think about it. You wonder if the people that developed this game had like a lot of trauma or something. This is like to honor that, because holy crap, that's a lot of people. Everything ends. I liked it though. Super good game. A nice quick story. Like I said, tonight was really just about testing the stream, testing the video, testing the audio, but instead we got to play an entire game from start to finish, and it turned out to be pretty good. Pretty good. I'll probably reflect on this for a little while and then share my feelings in the future. But yeah, that was What Remains of Edith Finch. I'm gonna have to come. I thought it'd be a little bit longer than this, to be honest. I thought this was gonna be like a good game to play for like 2 or 3 days, but knocked it out in one night. Gonna try to find a game or two to play before Thursdays. I got a trophy for sticking through. Oh, he's the unlockables programmer. That's so cool. That's so clever. So the guy that does the unlockables put a achievement in this game. If you stay through the credits long enough to see his name pop up, it just pops up a trophy. I'm gonna have to find a game or two to play in these next couple days because I do want to kind of get used to this whole streaming thing. And again, I will repeat that. The point was I wanted to be ready to play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, a game that is such a big deal in my life. I played Final Fantasy VII when I was younger, and short of Xenogears, it's probably the best game I've ever played in my life. So I really enjoyed the remake. Started playing Crisis Core just to get caught up a little bit on Zack's story, but super excited to see Rebirth come out in a couple days. And I'll be streaming it here live and recording for YouTube in 2 days. So if you stopped by, if you checked out my content and you enjoyed it, I appreciate you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow, right around the same time, right around 7 o'clock Central Time. But I'm gonna let the credits go until the end because, out of respect, I mean that was a hell of an adventure, and I also want to see if any other trophies pop up for getting to the end of it. But damn, I guess I should probably say something about the story because it got super heavy there for a minute, and I was just thinking about it. My overall feeling walking away from this is like, it's about perspective, right? It's about one family's curse can feel like everyone's destined to die and everything's against you, or you can embrace the short time that you have and be appreciative for having the 11 years that some of these people had, or the 10, right? So I liked it. And they did this in 5 years. The end. Super cool game. A good reminder. Appreciate every day you have. The replay a story option is now available. Selecting it to play from the beginning. Oh, cool. So I can play each individual chapter if I want to. But yeah, that was really, really nice. Had a lot of fun. I will try to find a game that's around the same length for tomorrow. If there's any suggestions, please feel free to shoot me a message and let me know a game that I should play. But I appreciate everyone for being a part of the first night of this channel's existence. And with that, I will sign off. This is Candor saying, have a good night. Goodbye. And that wraps up What Remains of Edith Finch. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe and like so that more people can join our community. I hope you enjoyed your time on this channel, and tune back in on Tuesday when your game therapy reveals its next game.